All right, so this is the waterline install for a Frigidaire side-by-side refrigerator. We got the fridge installed. This is the parts you're gonna need. We got a plastic tubing with a clamp, which we'll go downstairs and show you how that goes on. And then we have our compression fitting. And then there was a fridge that had water and ice prior, so there's already a hole. Worst case scenario, you get your drill bit and you can drill down through the tile. Obviously go down the basement, see where the water line is. We have plenty of tubing here. You want to leave about 8 feet. I'm going to tape it against the fridge so we can move the fridge and clean and stuff and not tug the line. So I'm going to feed this line down so when I go down the basement, I have enough tubing down there. All right, perfect. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go downstairs, hook that up, and then we're going to come back down and we're going to use our copper compression fitting. This all comes as one kit. I just took it apart. This is the compression fitting. It goes in here, and ultimately that compression fitting is going to sit, if you can get there, Logan. It sits in there, and we tighten up the bolt on that, and then we slide the water line right through this tube with the compression fitting sitting on the inside. And what happens is when you tighten it up, this fitting presses up into that hole and makes a compression and tightens and squeezes. Not too much so it pinches the line, but enough where the nut's not going to move. All right, so I have a standard boiler, separate hot water tank. Locate your cold water line. You obviously just touch the line. This is my hot, this is my cold. I followed the cold line down. It tracks over here, goes straight across. This is my cold here, and goes down right here. So I can tap in anywhere you want. Want to put it in an easy place where you'll be able to maneuver. This clamp here, take off the top. This is your saddle clamp, they call it. So let's take off the top one here. We have a guest coming downstairs apparently, the little munchkin. All right, so let's go here. You separate, and then this is the pin. What happens when you tighten this up, this actually will pinch into and puncture the line, and then it seals it with this black gasket, and that's where the water comes out here into the line that we ran in, and it's right here. Okay, we'll be right back with you. So here as it goes, gonna lay one with the groove. Don't drop the screw. Slide it through to the other side. Make sure this is even. You're gonna have to tighten these up equally. You don't want to have any angle at all. You come down in here. You go by hand first here. Same thing on this side. You might have to loosen one end and tighten the other because you definitely want these to be dead even, because you want to loosen this valve up so it's flat, and you know when it's flush, because when it comes down you'll be able to slide it like that. And then here you just tighten these up. Alright, you can stop right there.
Oh, did the string come off?
So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how that puncture works. Put this here with the rag here. When you loosen this up, see the water coming out? We've already punctured it, so you don't got to go too much, just a little bit. All right. It's a 7/16. You can't see the nut up there, but we're going to hold it up there, and we're going to continue to tighten this up nice and even on both sides. Okay. Does that look relatively the same height on both sides, Louis?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. All right. So now, adjustable wrench. I will, honey, in 1 second. All right, you see how that moved a little bit? So we're going to tighten up these bolts just a little bit more.
Daddy's looking.
So maybe you can see a better angle like this. Yeah, I'll be right there, sweetheart. There we go. All right, I gotta do this side a little bit. Just to get that out. Okay. All right, let's tighten that up again right there so you get it out of the way of your wrench. Don't go too tight because again, this is just, you know, but you want to go tight enough so there's no leaks, but not too tight where you break the plastic little compression nut that's in there. And we're going to check for leaks in a minute. All right, there we go. That's closed. All right, upstairs. All right, so these two fittings come on either end. You got the compression fitting, the brass compression fitting right there, and you have the plastic one, the little white nut in there. See the difference? You use the plastic one when you have white plastic tubing. If you have copper flexible tubing, you use this one. If you use a regular steel braided line, you don't need to do anything. This is already it comes ready to go with the steel braided lines. All right, so let me just get this on there. All right. I got a little one sitting on my back while I'm doing this. All right, don't tighten it up all the way. You put this.
Leave Daddy alone. He's trying to work. I know he's your daddy.
Gotta make sure the tubing is going the right way. There we go. And that sits right in there. Just make sure the tubing is inside. See how you check that? Nothing moves. You tug on it, that means the compression fitting has compressed around that. Again, you don't want to go too tight, because if you go too tight, you'll pinch that water line and nothing will come out. But that's tight enough. Tight enough to make sure that there's no leaks. So now, we're going to check for leaks. Close, no face. This, I know we didn't really cover, we're not really dealing with this, but this is your filter. It's your air filter. It comes with a refrigerator. You slide. This is bonus footage, people. You slide it in, carbon facing out, and then right here, teeth go in here, and then you slide it in there. Make a notation when you change your water filter. Check your air filter. Key is remove the hummus, and then it says press to engage. There we go. And then it comes out. So our water filter is in there. It's full of water, so we're good to go. Most important part, replace the hummus so you don't get yelled at later by your significant other. Close the door, and now there's going to be air in these lines. So what you do is you sit here and you press it and you wait. You hear it working? Yep, there it goes. Look, and now the water's coming out. You'll see it. You keep going like this until you don't see any spurts. There's no more air, and then you do another full glass. My recommendation would be fill it up 3 or 4 times. The water is clear, just to make sure that line, that plastic line, you flush it. Because it was purchased and who knows where it was sitting for the longest time. All right, we got, see how quiet that is? That's the ice maker's now being engaged as well. All right, see the water is pretty clear, but it's a little, so we're gonna dump that out and do it again. That's good. All right. All right,
Let's check
now,
the water.
and check the water again. Looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now go check for leaks on that side. Make sure there's no leaks over there.
No leaks on the floor.
No leaks at the fitting.
No leaks at the fitting.
Okay, you put out. No leaks in the pipe. No leaks underneath. No leaks in the valve. Now, this isn't the best way. If you're a licensed plumber, you'd probably be cringing, saying, I don't want to use this, but this is what came with the fridge. I'm using it. Ideally, you would put a separate cutoff. You would cut the pipe. You would put a valve here, and then you would connect to that valve with a proper shutoff. These are fine, but as you can tell, they're kind of flimsy, so you got to be careful. If something does happen, it's a quick patch. I can turn the water off right there and then fix this. Ideally, I don't hopefully have to do that. This is fine for now. And then I'm going to come down and do a little cleanup. I'm just going to tape up and secure these lines over here so it's nice and neat. And then we're going to be on the way to ice and water. All right, so I stole a little bit of the packing tape that was already on the fridge. I coiled up here. I left myself enough so I can the fridge out here, so there's plenty of room to clean. I'm going to tape the packing tape and the excess line right there. Nice and tight. Trusty duct tape. Now remember, this is all DIY, non-professional, but you want to save a little bit of money, follow us. Jack of all, master of none, and we are truly master of none. But we know enough to be dangerous, so it'll save you some money. Follow, like, and subscribe.